family. Too much sun in my face. Better. Hey family. Hope all is well with my brothers and sisters. Thank you for checking back with your sister. I know I said I was going to do a video this week, so here I am. I always like to keep my promise. It's nothing like your word, ain't that right? I want to talk about two topics real quick. Before we get started, I want to give all honor to the Most High God, source of all things, source within. I want to say much love to my brothers and sisters in the spirit, as well as my new subscribers. I know it don't seem like it, due to my so-called view count, but you know what? It's all love. People come and go, family. And I don't get caught up in numbers, okay? I don't get caught up in that. When you start to get caught up in numbers, you're losing sight of your purpose, okay? You're losing sight of your purpose, and you got to get to where you're doing things, being authentic and for the right reasons. And it's not, for numbers. One of my sisters in the spirit had hit me up in my community blog, and she was like, I forget what she said from word to word, but she was like, wow, it's so many words. She was like, you don't have many followers, but you give off, good content, good information. And, it's nice to know that people are very observant, shall I say. But, I appreciate you, sister, but I don't worry about that. Please know, I don't worry about stuff like that. I started off pretty much, for the first, I would say 6 months, with just 20 viewers, I would say. And that was like, but that what y'all speaking of, I was passionate about because I was having an experience. And eventually, um, the viewers grew as well as subscribers. And I know I don't show my subscriber count. To me, it's a non-factor. It doesn't really matter. It matters. I'm grateful. I'm humbly grateful for my subscribers. But what I'm saying is, most people who have a lot of subscribers, those viewer accounts are not constant, shall I say. People come and go, and they watch it for many, many reasons. But I'm moving towards almost 5,000 subscribers now, and I'm grateful. But it depends on the topic, and everybody are at different places, So I pretty much see it for what it is, And I tell anybody, you gotta follow me, do you. I'm grateful that you watch me, but I'm walking with you, not in front of you. I'm just your sister, I'm just sharing my experiences. That's it. Um, but I can't help how a person chooses to view me. Um, all I know is I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because it is the right thing to do. When we come to information, it's not for us to hold on to, you know. Um, so with that being said, I talked about this topic. Oh my goodness, it's been maybe, I don't know, 2 years back or maybe 3 years, but I want to talk about it again. Have many of you been hearing the call? Have many of you been answering the call? And the word it says, many are called, few are chosen. Way back in 2014, the God of the universe, Source, led me to this woman. And, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but when you are seeking, so shall you find. Only thing is, you don't know where the information is going to come from or from whom, but you're going to get your answers. Please know that. And a lot of times it will come from an unliked source that you would never even thought of, but you are receiving information that you need for such a time as this. Oh, I was seeking, but I just happened to be on YouTube and, came across this woman who goes by Christmas Maker. And I spoke about this before, and I'm going to briefly speak on it again. Maybe you can check my community blog. I posted one of her videos. It goes way back to 2014. I even commented, and this was during the time I was having all kind of experiences, and the God of the universe led me to her. And during this time, that what she was speaking of. Okay, um, I didn't know anything about this. Okay, but she was preparing me. Let me just say that. Okay. She's a channeler. Okay. And on her channel, she channels Metatron. Okay. And do your research about Metatron, but he's someone pretty much considered as, Lord of the universe. Okay. And but the information that was coming out of her mouth was going over my head. Okay, it was pretty much going over my head. So let me just say, I was receiving spiritual milk. Okay, you cannot feed people spiritual meat because it's pretty much gonna go over their head. Okay, let me say this: she was feeding me. Let me correct myself. She was feeding me spiritual meat. Let me just say that. And spiritual meat is when something goes over your head, and you're like, "What?" You can't really comprehend, you can't perceive because, you know, it doesn't make sense to you, and it's information that's pretty much just far out there, just hard for you to grasp, okay? Because you can't relate to it, and you haven't had no experience, and you really don't know what they're talking about, okay? So, um, I was intrigued by her video, and like I said, she was channeling Metatron, and she was just dropping all kind of knowledge, and she was saying how um, many people, for those who are chosen for such a time as this, okay, it's going to be it's going to be an event. Okay, let me get my words together. It's going to be an event, and this is way back in 2014. She said it's going to be an event to where a select group of people, okay, I don't want to quote her word for word, but you get what I'm going with this. A select few chosen are going to, um, let me just say, they're going to experience this phenomenon. We all know that, the sun, give off its energy, and when it does that, the energy travels. It travels, and then it makes it to Earth. Okay, it's going to be giving off its solar flares. Okay, and when it does, a lot of time we hear about it on the news. Okay, or you might see it like maybe on the satellite feeds. Um, or some kind of maybe if you're watching some kind of science channel, you might see it. Okay, how it give off this burst of energy, and the solar flares, and when we have a solar flare, a lot of times it can affect, our satellite or grid. Um, Basically, it can affect us down here. Let me just say that, especially depending on how strong, it gives off the gases and all of that. Stay with me. But this is one of the ways, okay? This is one of the ways that we who are in tune with Earth Gaia Okay, for those who are in tune with Gaia, this is one of the ways that we retrieve light codes. Not only do you receive light codes by looking at the sun for those who are sun gazers, but when the sun gives off, okay, this burst of energy, the solar flares, as that energy travels here, we hear a frequency, we hear a sound, okay, still coming from the universe, but this wave of frequency that it give off, it's like light code. Light code is energy and it's also information. Okay, it's a certain tone that it gives off, and for many of you, like your sister, when it's your time, you want to hear this frequency. Let me just say that. It's not like a one-time event. This happens quite often, but and many of us know when we do have a solar flare because we hear the sound. Okay, other than just watching the news and we hear about it, we know the sun has given off that burst of energy. We know every time because we start hearing this frequency sound. Anyway, getting back to Christmas, she was saying, because she was, like I said, she was channeling Metatron, and she was saying how there's going to be a select few, at this particular time, that's going to hear, um, let me just say this, that's going to be affected by hearing, let me see, did she say hearing? I just say this, she called it also an event. Let me just say that. She was saying that that's going to be a select few that's going to be affected by this event. Let me just say that. During this time, okay, it was going one after the other. Last time she was seeing going over my head, but I was still intrigued. Like many of you are intrigued by me, but a lot of things I speak about is going over your head because you know I'm kind of experience. And if some of you are having an experience, it just our experiences are different. So I was just, trying to, understand what the sister was saying, but, I just hung in there because I was still open. Okay, I was still open. I took in that which I could relate, and resonate with, and that which I could not resonate with, I was like, okay, yeah, all right. It pretty much, just went in one ear, not the other. I watched her video on a Thursday, I believe. Didn't think too much of it. I enjoyed it. It was interesting, fascinating. That Friday evening, I started hearing, I think it was like around about 7-ish, a little after 7, I started hearing doo, 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 doo. It wasn't that frequency, but you know going. I was hearing this in my right ear. And then there were times I would hear it in both ears, but it was mostly in my right ear. And I was like, what is this? And it be beeping like, beep, beep, as though it was trying, as though, it was trying to tune in, it's very interesting. You have to have this experience to know what I'm talking about. But it was those trying to tune in so I can really grasp, this frequency. But it was like do 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 do. And once that frequency, I and that frequency on one was one on chord, was on one accord, shall I say. That's all I was hearing all that evening. It would come, it would go, it would come and it would go. Family, I would go to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night. It would nearly wake me up in the middle of the night. I was hearing it constantly. My birthday was that Saturday. I turned 44 during that time, but I was hearing this frequency sound. Yes, you could say I was answering the call, but I wasn't really expecting it. But I guess I was open to it, family. And it seemed like ever since then, my experiences intensified. Information will be coming to me when I'm in meditation. 'Cause a lot of time when I hear this information, I immediately, if I'm able to, I would try to, get go in a room by myself and just sit there quietly and close my eyes and just take in the information. Just take it in. And if your third eye is awakened, you might start seeing images, okay? If not, you're still taking in the information. in your sleep, you start probably just seeing the images that was downloaded to you. But it's information, family. Okay, it is information. That's why it's not good to judge people. I'm not gonna say I judged her, but let me just say this because I did find her very fascinating. But it's amazing how I was led to her at the right time. It happened the next day, that evening. I started to experience exactly what she was talking about. If many of you want to check that video out, go to my news feed, scroll down, you will see her video. She go by Christmas Maker, and she's not doing videos anymore. I'm hoping she's okay, but I don't know. I don't know if she's sick or her husband is sick, but yeah, she haven't did videos in a while. I think within maybe a year or two. But the sister, the information that was coming out of her mouth was so on time, and there are a lot of videos that she's done. I haven't watched all of them now. Since I'm more, shall I say, spiritually awakened, I can listen to her and understand what she's saying, and it's not going over my head. And there's a lot of things that she's still talking about, and I'm like, it's interesting. But I'm still open to what she's saying. But I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And a lot of things that she speaks of, it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot because where I am spiritually, I still have questions. And when she is channeling Metatron, I get those answers. Let me just say that. I say this because family, it's a time and season for everything. Okay. 2020 is what 2012 was for many people. Many people started to awaken. Okay. Definitely asking questions. That's a sign of awakening in itself. When you start to ask questions, okay. You're questioning authority. You're questioning the news, okay? You're questioning what you see and hear, okay? You're not just taking everything in as facts. Because something on the inside telling you, this ain't right. It has to be more. I was questioning big time. I was even questioning the word because it was a lot in there. To me, that was contradictory. Not all of it, but it's a lot in there. You can tell it's been tampered with. I was even questioning it. And the one thing that I was questioning was, it says how God is not the author of confusion. And that's the truth. The Most High God is not the author of confusion. So why do we have all these different languages? That's confusion in itself. Can you imagine being stranded somewhere and you need help and these people don't know your language and you don't know theirs? That's confusion. But if everybody on one accord and you know each other's language, well, you can get somewhere, can you? It's just a lot of little things that just when I'm reading it now with new fresh eyes, shall I say, a lot of stuff in there not making no sense. That's all I'm saying, but that's just me. It's okay to question. The word say, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knocking and shall be open. But if you're not knocking and you're not asking, okay, you're not seeking, well, that's an individual thing, isn't it? I ain't here to judge nobody. I'm still in a place of, studying myself. How they say study to show yourself approved. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on myself. Okay, I don't got no time to worry about nobody else. I'm working on myself, getting a more understanding of who I am. Because a lot of us just don't know who we once were. I found out a lot of things about me, and it just blows my mind. I know I was here many, many, many times before my old soul. I've been around a long time. And a lot of things are coming to me. A lot of my past lives are coming to me while I'm in meditation, as well as when I'm dreaming. Then when you start hearing that beep, 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 doo, it's not tendonitis. It's nothing wrong with your hearing. But if you want to question yourself, go ahead and get checked out. Everything is spiritual, family. You're waking up, okay? If you take time when you're hearing this tone, just sit still and answer the call. Just sit still and be open and just focus on that tune because it's information. It's information, family. And so what? You may not understand it right now, but eventually you will. You will. By and by, things just gonna start coming to you. Synchronicity. Okay, everything's happening in stages. But it's a season for everybody. But a lot of people ignore the signs. And I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't. So I just want to share that with many of you. Um, there's going to be many, many more. Okay. A lot of people are hearing these frequencies all over the world. Okay. There are kind of videos, people talking about it. And I've done videos talking about it in the past with a lot of, high view count as well as others. So people are hearing this phenomenon. Okay. But it's not a game, it's not a joke. Okay. You hearing these tunes letting you know that, yeah, the sun just gave off a big old burst of energy of solar flares, you know, just hit the earth, and you hearing the effects of it, these tones. Okay. Well, Q, this been going on for eons. I mean, the sun is always doing this. Yes, but we once wasn't hearing the frequency before either. Okay. We once were not hearing it. We once were not hearing it. That's the point I'm trying to make. But many of you, I can't speak for everybody. I always speak for myself. Okay. Um, learn to be an observer. Okay. Learn to be an observer when you're going within yourself. Learn not to question what you see. Just observe. Okay. You learn a lot from observing. It's like somebody talking to you, but you can't wait to see what you had to say. While they're talking to you, and you're doing that, you're not listening. You're not having a listening ear. You're too busy, ready to, speak your point of view without, listening, taking in what they're saying. Same thing when you go within yourself. You're seeing things that bother you. Like me, I can relate. I used to see things that bother me, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I grew up, with a religious background, Baptist, okay, and I was pretty much rebuking all kind of stuff I was seeing within me. I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. But thanks be to the Most High God, I didn't know any better. But by and by, my higher self revealed things to me, and I'm so glad knowing what I know now. I didn't know it then. Because what I'm sharing with you, what I'm sharing with you now. I shared with you before in the past how I would see things within me that would bother me. Now some more now, a lot of things don't bother me, but in the past it did. Okay, because I was very low vibrational. But I was working on myself, okay, to get to this point, and I'm still working on myself even raise my vibration even higher. Okay, trying to stay in my heart space, but when you're within yourself in your meditation, especially for my brothers and sisters with their eye is awakened, okay? If your third eye is not awakened, have a listening ear. You never know when it's going to awaken. But when you're in meditation and you are seeing within yourself, I see within myself two ways. One way I see within myself when my vibrations start to raise, I would see what look like a screen, and I would see images being played out. Okay, sometimes the images are moving real fast, but I've learned, you know, it's like my higher self will give me ideas, even while I'm within myself. It'll say, slow it down. Like I hear a still voice, and I say telepathically, slow down, telepathically, and those images would slow down to where I can kind of see, but I wouldn't see me. I would see people. It's like I would see a scene being played out. Then there are times I would be seeing a scene played out, but I feel like I'm actually there, as though I'm looking through somebody else's eyes. And it can be a little, what's the word I want to use? Overwhelming. I know it has been for me, because I feel like I'm actually there. You know, at that time I'm not seeing the body that I'm in. Cause for some reason I'm not looking at my body, but I'm seeing through this person's eyes. Okay, wherever they go, I'm there. It's like I'm there in consciousness, but I see what's going on. It's like their eyes are my eyes, and you know, if they are interacting with somebody, I see it. You know what I'm going with this? If they are harming somebody, I would see it. Okay. If they are hugging somebody and you know there's laughter and all of this, I would see it. Now I'm gonna get to the point. Come to find out, I don't want to get too deep because I end up going from one subject to the next. I can always do another video. That which I am seeing, okay, is really me in one of my past lives. Okay. I'm seeing, I'm trying to use a good word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. I was trying to think of another word, but I just said like this. I'm seeing stages of me in past lives, and a lot of it is positive and it's very entertaining to look at. And some of it is not. Some of it is not. Okay. But when I'm looking through this person's eyes, it happens to be mine, okay? But it's me seeing, you know, me in one of my past lives. In a way, it seemed like I'm sitting back, you know, just observing me, but I don't see my body. But I do see me interacting with others, and I see what those eyes were seeing as far as me. But anyway, there are times when I see things from my eyes in my past life that would bother me. And I'm sitting up here just rebuking and cause I wouldn't like what I'm seeing. I'm like, I don't like that, you know, that ain't cool, you know, whatever the case may be. That ain't cool. I don't receive that. You know me, family. I'm like, I don't receive that. I denounce that. But the whole time, I'm judging myself. I'm judging myself. God and me, God and you. There is no separation. God is in all of us. I'm here now in this life, and while I'm in meditation, I am able to reflect on my past lives, even those things that, even those lives that maybe weren't so positive that I was living, shall I say. But I was judging myself instead of me sending love or just, if anything, just be quiet and observe. Okay, if anything, just be quiet and observe. But when you're seeing these images, you really don't know what it is, you know. It's kind of like they have a school for this stuff. You really don't know what it is. So for the most part, a lot of time we're judging ourselves, okay? You know, we are rebuking it, and, you know, we are basically just judging what we're seeing, you know, instead of, you know, observing, you know, we react. You know, we actually react to what we're seeing, and pretty much just judging yourself. And I know the words say, you know, judge that you be not judged, but you'd be surprised. You know, many of you, including myself, all these different layers of past life, you really don't know who you once was. But thanks be to the Most High God, you're here in the now. But you're having all those I call them fractures, but I didn't really want to confuse many of you. But you have all those fractures and layers of you in past life that wasn't really a nice person, you know, and you happen to, be seen through the eyes of who you once were, and you don't like what you're seeing. Let me just say that. How do they say if you're going to, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all? That's the truth. Especially when you really don't know what you're really dealing with. It's best not to say nothing at all. You learn a lot from just observing and just shutting this up. And definitely the ego mind, okay? Just observe. You learn a lot about who you once were. Because when you do all this rebuking and saying, I denounce this or I don't receive this, a lot of times those images will fade out. But you're judging yourself. You judging yourself. That's over with. The ultimate judger, has already dealt with that already. You're in the now, but you're judging it, and all of this is due to lack of knowledge. You're judging yourself. Oh, it's okay to see the pleasing things, oh, like, I was seeing myself, like I said, I wasn't seeing my body, but I was in this higher plane of a dimension where I had lit up, right? And I was seeing this woman, and I was seeing like some children, and they all came up to me and hugged me. I couldn't feel them, but their presence was loving, and I just knew that I knew them, and I knew that they loved me because they was looking at me smiling. The children were looking. I mean, the woman was looking up to me smiling, and the children was it's like they was. I was looking down at them, and they was like, hugging me. I couldn't feel them, but the love, the energy, I felt. And it was beautiful. It made me want to cry. Stuff like that. Oh, it makes you feel so bubbly, but then there are times you see things that bother you, okay? And you want to judge it because you're like, why am I seeing this for? That ego kick in, That's low vibration. Why am I seeing that for? The point I'm trying to make is why you're within yourself. And if you happen to see any of these types of images, okay, don't judge. Just be an observer, okay? Be an observer. It's like it's like, you pretty much, you're in that space, but it's not affecting you because it's not you no more. You just observing, okay? You're observing, and you learn a lot from observing, but don't judge. Don't judge. That's not you no more. It's you, but it's not you no more. You're in a new container now, okay? You're new and approved, and you're more knowledgeable, and that's not you no more. Obviously, you come a long way in your evolution, soul wise, and you grew from that. Uh, so what if you sing that again? Don't judge it, okay? Because when you do, God is in you. You're judging yourself. That's what I'm trying to make. And that's what I was doing a while back. And so what I do now when I see things that would bother me, I would just observe. And another thing I will also do that will help me to not react, I will say, I see with love, I see with joy. Because how they say, don't let nobody see your joy. We do that to ourselves, okay? When it comes to joy, we shall I say, affect ourselves to where we lose our own joy by letting people inwardly affect us, by letting their words affect us. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Well, that's the same thing when you go within yourself, okay? Don't let those past lives affect your joy either, okay? Be in your heart space. That's the best place to be in. But I would say to myself, I see with love, I see with joy, I see with peace. I would say this. This helps me. I don't know about you. You might can just observe and the things you see don't bother you. But I would say I see love, I see with love, I see with joy, I see with peace. And I can sit there and observe it because it's more to the scene, you know. It's a lesson out of our lives, period. It's a lesson. It's what you learn. Sorry, I got distracted. You don't have to take what I say as face value. Do you, family? I'm just giving many of you a heads up. We're living in a time of knowing, okay? The veil has definitely been lifted. Or should I say it's thinning big time? And this is not a time for, ignorance. It's definitely not a time for one to be, because ignorance, I mean, how are we going to learn anything if we don't, ask questions, shall I say? If we don't seek, so shall we find? This is a time to really be seeking, okay? And most importantly, going within yourself. Pray for answers. And you don't know how those answers are going to come to you, but definitely go within yourself to get your answers. And it doesn't help you to sun gaze as well, okay? I sun gaze. I've been sun gazing for a long time now. Not that long, but, long enough, shall I say. And it has really helped me to evolve big time. Okay, my eyes have adjusted so much to the sun. I can sun gaze anytime. That's just me. I've been doing it long enough. I can sun gaze anytime. Even when it's at its highest. I can do. I don't do it that long. Fool, but I can do it for good. For the most part, I might sun gaze about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. For me, it don't take all of that, but it is good to sun gaze. Period. Okay, that's the actual light that you need within us, not the false light. Okay, these TVs and all of that, that's false light. No, we need that solar light. Okay, but anyway, um, I just want to share this with many of you. So when many of you start seeing within yourself, just be in a place of observing. Now, I want to share this real quick. I don't really have to, but I'm going to real quick. I think it's very important. Uh, like I said, many of us, we don't know who we once were in a past life. Um, I remember, there was a time when I was in meditation. I was in real deep meditation. Sometimes I come out within an hour. I mean, after an hour. But during this particular time, I was in meditation. I was in this dark space. Okay. And just because you're in a dark space, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That doesn't mean that you're seeing little vibrational things. Okay, so let me just say that. Remember, energy is everything. That's what you go by, energy. So in this dark space, when I was looking through this particular, I'm gonna call. You know what? I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. But I was looking through some eyes. Let me just say that. But as I was looking through this thing, eyes, this scenery, it was dark. It looked like I was in a cave. Okay, hear me out. It looked like I was in a cave. It's maybe somewhere underground, maybe somewhere deep, deep, deep within the earth. I'm believing, I'm sensing somewhere like in the deep caverns, the deep, deep caverns of the earth. Okay, come on, higher, so let me know what I was seeing. This was on Earth. Okay, so it wasn't on no other planet. Hear me out. But I was seeing this. I had this vision. I saw it within myself. There was like within this space, it looked like it was a cave, and there was holes, like little burrows of holes, big holes. One high up, one below it. There were just like burrows of holes that were spaced out within the space, and it was dark, but for some reason I was able to see in this darkness. So obviously it was my environment. It was my inhabitants where I was able to adapt to the darkness. And all of a sudden, I started seeing what looked like creatures were coming out of these holes. They was coming out of the holes as though they were crawling out. And they looked sort of like, I can't even tell you what they looked like. Because, like I said, it was dark. I want to say a dragon, but I can't really say that. All I know is I didn't like what I was seeing. Because to me, my intellect, let me just say that, my intellect, okay, I'm, I guess my, what, ego was getting the best of me. Like, this is not, good. This is not positive. You seeing dark stuff. Immediately I was going there, okay? And I was coming this close to rebuking. Let me just say that. But I do remember I said, "Oh, I denounced this. I don't want to see this. I denounced this." I do remember I started saying that, but I started to say it because I started seeing a lot of them coming out of these holes, okay? And there were a lot of them going, and they weren't attacking me because I was one of them, okay? I was one of them, and some was going past me this way, and some, was moving around, crawling up the walls, and I cannot tell you exactly what they really were because I was so quick, okay, to come out of this. And you can. Anything you see, you want to come out of it, just set your attention. You can come out of it. But it's good to be an observer. How you gonna know anything if you're so scared to face your fears, to face that what you're seeing? You have to be an observer. Cause you see it in the spirit, you're seeing it as though it's a past life, but at the time you're not thinking it's a past life. You're just thinking that maybe you just seeing these creatures on another dimension or whatever. But a lot of times you're dealing with past lives, okay? And it's okay, even if you're seeing someone on another dimension, it ain't gonna hurt you. You just seeing it in the spirit. The point I'm trying to make is I heard him came out of that. And I cannot tell you, I can't go in depth of what these beings were because I didn't see them up close, but I can tell you they were in holes. I mean, the setting was like a cave, and I do sense it was deep within the earth, and these beings live deep within the earth, okay? And they have like burrows of holes, within the cave, and they would come out of the cave. That I can tell you. I couldn't even ET, some type of ET. I cannot tell you that. I wasn't able to see them that good because the setting was real, real dark. And then plus, my perception of what I was seeing, I was considering it as dark. Now, I came out of it and immediately I started seeing other things. I'm through with that. Once I came out of it, I prayed about it. I started going through myself and I wanted to, I wanted clarity what this was I was seeing because it bothered me. What is this I was seeing? To this day, I can't really still tell you what it was, but I would say this: that was me having experience of whatever it was in the past life. We've all been many, many, many things. Okay? But due to rebirth, coming here is wiped clean. And you gotta get back to finding out who you are again, Coming back to yourself, your Godhood self, because God is in you. My higher self let me know what I was seeing. It wasn't low vibrational. I assume it was because I was in a dark setting. See, I'm learning, family. Everything's a process. We're not gonna really know it all, okay? We're not gonna really know it all, but that what you need to know, you're going to know your highest good in this life, okay? But what I was seeing was one of my past lives. Yes, that's right. Many of you was animals and some kind of creatures. Many of you were ETs. That's right. That's right. And you know how you're gonna find out when you go within yourself. That's when you're gonna find out all these multi layers of who you once were. And you know what? The best part about it, you're like, wow, I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that. Even so-called creatures that you would normally snub your nose at, like, yeah, you was once that too. You was something that, let me just say, in this life, you probably wouldn't want no parts of, or you were once, or I would say, or you probably would have been scared of. Let me just say that. Yeah, that's right. That's why they ain't good to judge. That's why they don't want people to wake up. 'Cause can you imagine you find out who you once were, and you really master yourself in meditation, a lot of information start coming back to you. You'll be a powerful being down here, especially if you were once an ascended master and you have reincarnated, okay? And a lot of your gifts and talents are coming back to you, okay? Okay? Okay. I hope many of you have ears to hear. I keep getting distracted. I apologize. But now can you see why they don't want people to wake up? A lot of these ascended masters are already here, okay? All over the world, a lot of them are already here. And yes, Christ is with us. Go on inside, he'll meet you there. He said the kingdom is within you. Yo, I am with you always. But people are still waiting for Christ. People are waking up spiritually and seeing through the veil. And you mean to tell me you don't think that Christ won't meet you there? If you seek, so shall you find, and you will see who Christ is for you. He will meet you on the inside. Okay? But so many people are doing all this looking outside themselves. Wow. Many people gonna be fooled. Many people gonna have to start helping themselves. Because Hollywood ain't gonna help you. These celebrities ain't gonna help you. A lot of them, they're spiritually dead because their weight of let me just say financial gain is weighing them down. They're not thinking about going through themselves. Some of them are. They are trying to free themselves from the music industry because they don't, you know, let me just say they don't want to play the game no more. You know, they're tired of being a puppet. They're tired of being told what to do. But when it comes to your family, when you're hearing that sound, get in a state of gratitude and meditate. You're waking up. I'm going to end this video. I did it's about 48 minutes. I apologize for making it long. If you made it this far, thank you for checking your sister out. You know, I be full of information, but a lot of times I feel like I leave things out when I could really just make a two-part. She always come in on time. Ain't that right, Sheba? Say I always come in on time. Okay, Sheba. Bye, Sheba. He that is in you is greater than he that is in the world, family. He that is in you, not out here. Keep that in mind. Thank you for your love and supporting my channel. It means a lot. Bye for now. And stop judging yourself. Yeah, this is a bonus video. I just want many of you to receive some clarity. You hear that? What I was hearing way back in 2014, it was 432 frequency tone. It sounds like this. I want you to hear this so you'll know what tone to be looking out for. This is it, family. This is a high vibrational frequency tone. There are many tones out here. Okay, there are tones to hurt us, and there are tones that are healing, and they are to help us. Okay, especially to awaken. This is the ultimate tone you want to hear. There are other good ones as well. Okay, not the only one, but this is what I heard. 432. Some of you might hear it in one ear. Some of you might hear it in both ears. It doesn't matter. You're still getting it in, okay? real quick. Many of you know I do readings on the side. Okay, I do all kind of readings, relationship readings, spiritual guidance readings, life purpose readings, you name it. But this right here, real quick, to give me clarity about this whole topic that I was speaking on when it comes to hearing this frequency, okay, due to the event, okay, and there are going to be many events, so don't worry, okay. What's for you in your season is for you, but just be on the lookout for this. These right here are my astrology reading cards, okay. I love these cards, okay. It really breaks things down. So yeah, your sister also do astrology reading as well. As I was shuffling my cards, I pretty much was setting my attention. What is the meaning of receiving these tones, okay, and answering the call, okay? This is the Uranus card. It says, your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening. Let me read that again. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening. This speaks for itself, but I always go in depth with my readings, okay? This card has other many, many meanings. Let's see what it has to say. Now, this is the answer that I was seeking that was pertaining to the event and pretty much, wanting more clarity about, you know, the frequencies coming upon the earth. This is the only card that popped up. This time is about groundbreaking awakening and enlightenment. When the concept of freedom, the future, or humanitarian ideas become important, the genius of the individual is released in a sudden and unexpected eureka moment, like a transformative bolt of lightning. Although anything that is past its sell by date will have to go, this energy is about replacing it with something new. So basically, it's saying this energy is about replacing something new. Okay. I'm sorry. This energy is about replacing that which is old. It's replacing that which is old to be new. Okay. This energy is about replacing it with something new and exhilarating. So it should not be seen as negative. It is actually liberating. Okay. You might find a group of like minded people who share your newfound enthusiasm. But in truth, the most important thing is that you allow room for this inspiration and electrifying energy to make all the changes it needs to, as it brings in a whole new perspective and opportunities. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. It may be you that is feeling this revolutionary spirit, or perhaps someone around you is behaving in this manner. If the latter, you would be wise to let things be for a while for their freedom will be essential now. When we feel the Uranus part of ourselves, we want to strive for something outside ourselves, casting off personal ties and family commitments or even loved ones. Basically, just I'm going to put this card down, but you get what this card is saying, okay? Basically, in the whole, when you start to hear this frequency come upon the earth, it's going to change you, but not everybody, okay? Everybody won't hear it. It's only going to affect the select chosen few for such a time as this. But there will still be oncoming, okay, ongoing, okay, frequency that's going to hit the earth, okay? But it still is going to be a select few that's ready, shall I say, or shall I say chosen, all right? I don't make the rules. But when it happens, it's going to change you. And people around you, they're going to notice the change, okay? Many of you are changing now. You haven't even heard the frequency because you have your own little spiritual awakening. I mean, that alone should give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Can you imagine you started to hear this as well? And all this is you receiving downloads, okay? That's all it is. You are receiving downloads, ongoing information that's constantly coming in from the universe, okay? Through the sun, okay? As energy, okay, flows here to earth. And those who are, I have to say this, in a place of being one with Earth Gaia, okay, because it's definitely affecting Earth Gaia. And so, as well as it is affecting you as well. I just want to make this bonus video, just letting many of you know that don't be dismayed because you're not having no experiences right now. You're not hearing anything right now. You're not seeing anything right now. In due season, when it's your season, you shall, you shall. And when the time comes, at least you can look back on this sister that was trying to give you some clarity. And I'm grateful. At least you had a listening ear. Okay. You're not taking what I say and let it go in one ear, not the other, like how I did Christmas. But at least I was open. And I feel many of you are as well. Long as you're open, when the time comes, you're going to have an experience. I thank you for watching. This time I'm ready to end this video. I love you in Christ. That's right. Christ Jesus Yeshua. Whatever name you're going to use, okay? I acknowledge the name, okay? That's just your sister. But because when I go there myself, I mean, I receive confirmation. So I don't need a man's opinion, okay? A man's thoughts and views when it comes to that, okay? You on the inside will let you know the truth, okay? But let me just say this, and love yourself and forgive yourself. And